Imagine a situation where every time you skip an ad, something terrible happens to you. What would you do? You are listening to Midnight Narrative, and today's story is Skip at Your Own Risk. Let's start, shall we? Recently, Alex's life had taken a bizarre turn, one that began with a simple click. One evening, while settling down to watch his favorite show, he did what many of us do without much thought. He skipped an annoying ad from Stormart, an e-commerce platform he often used. That's when things got strange. Moments after Alex skipped the ad, his doorbell rang, and a delivery package from Stormart arrived. Oh, he had placed the order the day before. It was a brand new camera. With his heart full of anticipation, Alex opened the package. But his excitement turned to disappointment as Alex discovered the camera was defective. Panicking, he quickly checked the Stormart app, only to discover the dreaded words, "No return policy." He was stuck with a broken camera, and the timing couldn't have been worse. It was the beginning of a bewildering series of events that seemed to revolve around his choices with ads. At first, Alex chalked it up to coincidence, thinking, how could skipping an ad have any connection to what's happening in my life? But soon, the unusual pattern became too obvious to ignore. It seemed like every time he made the snap decision to skip an ad, something unfortunate followed. For instance, after he skipped an ad for a restaurant, he found himself battling a severe case of food poisoning after ordering from the very same place. Another time, he impulsively skipped an ad for a medicine company, only to discover that his entire first aid box had vanished from his house, leaving him unprepared for emergencies. Alex thought he had found the solution, avoiding the platforms altogether. So he stopped watching shows and videos, hoping to break free from the relentless ads. But here's the thing, ads are everywhere. They're like the pesky neighbor who always finds a way to drop by. Avoiding them entirely was simply impossible. Frustration grew as Alex realized he couldn't escape the omnipresent ads. They seemed to invade every corner of his digital life. Even when he tried to find solace in music, by listening on his phone, the reflex to skip an intrusive ad got the better of him. His phone didn't take kindly to that. It crashed, leaving him with a blank screen. Alex's fear was mounting with each passing day. The ads, which had already become a constant nuisance, were growing longer and more relentless. As if that wasn't bad enough, the consequences of skipping them were becoming increasingly dire. One particularly unsettling incident was when he decided to skip an ad for a car insurance company. The following day, his car broke down. He could not even start the car, no matter what. It felt like the digital world was conspiring against him, and he couldn't shake off the fear that these eerie coincidences were more than mere chance. With every skipped ad, Alex found himself on edge, uncertain of the next calamity that awaited him. It was clear that he had to do something, but he didn't yet know what. After a string of unfortunate events and growing fear, Alex reached a pivotal decision: no more skipping ads. He was willing to endure any length, no matter how excruciating, without touching the skip button. It was a resolution born out of desperation and a desire to break free from the cycle of misfortune that had taken over his life. A whole week passed, and it felt like torture. The ads, which had already been a source of frustration, had now become almost unbearable. They stretched to nearly 3 minutes each, and to make matters worse, they didn't stop at just one ad anymore. Alex found himself enduring 2 or even 3 ads in a row, one after another. But despite the growing length and relentless frequency of these commercials, Alex held firm. He couldn't afford to take any more risks. The test had been running smoothly for a month. The subject's demeanor had also shifted remarkably. He no longer exhibited signs of annoyance or irritation when ads invaded his digital space. Instead, he watched them with an almost serene detachment, as though this had become his new normal. In this dystopian world, the line between personal choice and external manipulation had blurred, and the study of the human brain had become paramount. It was a world where the power of the human mind was both a fascinating frontier of discovery and a potent tool for control. Among the myriad advancements, one of the most groundbreaking developments was the ability to conduct experiments on the human brain through intricate simulations and virtual reality. Alex was just another unwitting test subject. He was part of an experiment that aimed to explore the depths of human cognition and emotional response. It was about testing the limits of influence over people's thoughts and actions. The simulation was unfolding perfectly. Alex's brain had somehow adapted to the peculiar situation, accepting it as a routine part of his existence. Now it was time for the next step. Meanwhile, Alex's life had now become a marathon of unending ads. Then, one day, as he was scrolling through his phone, he saw a glimmer of hope in the form of a new advertisement. This one was different. It was for an ad blocker called AdGuardian. The ad promised a solution to his never-ending ad nightmare. If he installed the AdGuardian device in his home, it claimed to block all ads on every device connected to the home network. With a mixture of hope and skepticism, Alex decided to take the plunge and purchase the AdGuardian device. Another week passed, and he couldn't believe the transformation it brought to his life. The device turned out to be incredibly efficient, delivering on its promise. No more ads invaded his screens. His online experience was blissfully ad-free. It was as if a heavy weight had been lifted from his shoulders, and he could finally breathe a sigh of relief. For the first time in weeks, he could enjoy his favorite shows, browse the internet, and use his devices without the constant interruption of ads. Alex's life came back to normal once again, as he remained blissfully unaware of the secrets that surrounded him. So, in this brave new world, where technology had become an inseparable part of life, individuals like Alex found themselves unwitting pioneers in the exploration of the human mind's capabilities and the ever-evolving relationship between humanity and technology. You were listening to Skip at Your Own Risk. How many ads have you skipped today? Share in the comments. Were you ever scared of the monster underneath the bed? What if the monster was scared of you instead? Sounds interesting? Then watch the story The Silent Observer. Happy listening.